Today's show is brought to you by Just Beds. It's Just Beds, located at 3120 Montvale Drive in Springfield. It's Just Beds. Swing on by today and check out their selection of beds. The selection of beds from Just Beds. They have queen size, full size, king size beds. You name it, they've got your bed at Just Beds. So many great beds to choose from. Just Beds has what you need. Trust me. They have your bed available. It's Just Beds. Stop on by and take advantage of those great prices and those great beds from Just Beds. It's Just Beds. Steve knows it because Steve has one. He got a bed from Just Bed. They brought it by. Just Beds professionals, they bring your bed by, they go to your house, they knock on the door, they come in, they set up your new bed, they tear down your old bed, and they get rid of it. You don't have to ride around town with a mattress on your car like a hillbilly. You buy a bed from Just Beds because the experts deliver it. It's Just Beds, and they deliver to they'll deliver some distances. We talked about them taking beds to Pana.
Yeah.
Squint was on yesterday. Squint says he's got 3 beds from there.
Yeah.
He said 3 beds. He lives in Pana. Your mom lives in Pana. I mean, come on, it's Just Beds. They take care of you, man. Just Beds, 3120 Montvale Drive in Springfield. They are the sponsor of today's show. Good morning, everybody. We are here. It's Ray and Steve. I don't know where the fuck Christine is. I guess she's too good to do the show now or something.
Maybe her internet's out.
Well, she was in the room when I first came in. She was in there.
Oh, maybe.
Then once I got in, she left. She had to go look over those fucking chickens, I bet. Choosing those chickens over us, Steve.
Oh, well, that's
choosing those fucking chickens.
That's Rhino. Good morning. That's Rhino. Southern Fried Radio.
Yeah. Doesn't give a damn about us. Only cares about those chickens.
Yep. Well, those chickens will make a lot more money.
Those chickens haven't started doing shit yet. She's had an addiction to those chickens, what she's got.
Oh, yeah. I think she bought 2 more tomorrow yesterday.
Unbelievable.
I think that's what she said on Facebook. So she's pushing the 70 mark. You know, you said 70 at the end. I think.
Yeah, remember I said 70.
Yeah.
I predicted her illness. I predicted that her obsession with chickens would kick in.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I? I mean, I just want to go on record as saying I predicted this. I said this was going to happen.
Yep.
I'm trying to open a bag of cereal, Steve. It's so hard.
Well, yeah. It's easier just to use a pair. I have a pair of scissors everywhere. I just cut it open.
Yeah. It's impossible to open a bag of fucking cereal.
Yeah.
God damn.
And if you do get it open, it rips down the fucking seam and it dumps out everywhere.
It's such a Jesus Christ. They got to make this easier.
Pain in the ass.
I hurt my index finger. And man, I can't.
Oh, shit.
I can't. I'm waiting for it to heal. Really can't do anything because I have to use my other finger. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm not a teenager.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't finger bang if my life depended on it.
Oh.
I couldn't do any finger banging, Steve.
That's bad.
Yeah. Because that finger is messed up. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, well. What can I say? We're here.
Another day.
Yep. Yep. Got the pit finale tonight, buddy. The finale to the pit.
Oh, that's right. It is, isn't it?
It is tonight. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I've really enjoyed that show.
Oh, definitely.
Really like that show, The Pit. And tonight is the last. Tonight's the final episode. But I've enjoyed every. You know what I mean? I've enjoyed.
I may have to watch it all over again.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every episode so far.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was just trying to think, you know, where they were at point. So because the thing was over, right? The emergency was over. The hospital was back to normal. Yeah.
Well, the one girl got arrested.
Oh, that's what it was. That one doctor, yeah.
Yeah, they were arresting her because of that leg, her leg or whatever, ankle brace. Yeah. Because during the emergency, it kept going off, and so she.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, but that's a great show. It's a great show.
Yeah.
They said the next season is going to take place right around July 4th.
Oh, cool.
So they're going to have a bunch of fireworks accidents and stuff.
Oh, man.
So that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, that's the next episode. The second season is going to be about that. So they've already announced it's going to take place during
right around. That's going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to be something.
Yeah.
Some big celebration going wire.
Yeah. Gone awry.
Yeah.
It's going to be nuts. But no, we've seen a good show this year.
It's really watched a show on Hulu yesterday. It's called The Good American Family. It's a series.
Yeah.
It's about a guy and this girl, husband and wife that adopt what they think is a little girl.
Oh yeah. That's a true story. Yeah.
It's just crazy. I've seen. It's got a couple more to watch. But yeah, I watched. But I've stayed up to the point where she opens the bathroom door and she knows it's not a young girl. But
how does she know it's not a young girl?
She's supposed to be 7 years old.
Yeah.
And she has hair down there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh, and then I understand where the person was having her period and was using a sock, putting a sock in her underwear, and then laying the socks in the closet, and the mom found them. It says 7 years old don't have their periods.
And that's what's happening.
It's freaky. Now they're on the way to the doctor to get her checked out.
Well, that's a true story about a couple that adopted. They adopted a kid, and it turned out it wasn't a kid.
Right. It was. That's crazy. It's just kind of a freaky movie. I mean, that little girl, the person that plays the one girl, Natalia, she's not scary looking. She could be in a horror flick. She could be in a Terrifier movie.
By the way, the girl got arrested.
Yeah.
Her dad's the voice of Chucky. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Tom.
So Tom's explaining all that stuff.
Yeah, the guy that played her dad was a real Chucky on the show that came to pick up a little boy.
Well, it's weird. I've heard about it. It's a true story, though. She was from another country, right? Didn't they adopt her from another country?
Yeah, from like Russia or something.
But she turned out she's in her 20s and she's acting like
Yeah.
a 7-year-old. Very, very bizarre.
Oh, yeah.
Jason from YouTube says maybe Steve can get cast as a guy who had fireworks incident involving his penis. Well,
No.
Summer, good old Summer's back. Hey, Summer, what's up?
Summer.
Says good morning, y'all. Kelly says she didn't go home from the hospital yesterday. You predicted she would go home at 3:30.
Yeah, I did. Man.
Remember, I said she'd be lucky if she gets out yesterday. She did not get out yesterday.
You're right. You're right as usual.
It was just a guess. It was just a wild guess. There was no, there was nothing behind the guess. Just a crazy guess. But yeah. Sorry to hear that, Kelly. Give Steve your address. He'll keep the bed warm. Joel says, good morning, Steve from beautiful Indianapolis. Joel, what the hell are you doing in Indianapolis?
I've been in an officials meeting.
You think so? She said her calcium was too low.
Oh.
But they got it boosted.
Drink some milk. I don't like milk. But, I'm sure my calcium. I don't think my calcium is low, though. I like everything else. I just don't like milk. FDIC, that's your insurance bank. Oh. Okay. Morning, Big D. You should jump on, Big D.
Big D says, punish me.
You supposed to spank?
I'm sure that everyone's happy to know that. If anyone wants to punish Big D, I'd love to have one of our listeners give Big D a spanking.
Huh?
Kelly says she has to take 4 chewable Tums a day. That counts as the calcium I need.
Nothing like a piece of chalk.
I have to take calcium. I have to take calcium tablet every day. I've never had a calcium problem, but I know that's something that the only thing I was low on was zinc. Yeah. Now Tom says, is it 2 Tums in the morning and 2 at night? I don't know. I've never been calcium deficient. You know what I mean?
Me either.
Big D says he has to take 4 a day.
Oh.
Roy says he takes bariatric vitamins loaded with protein.
Oh,
rock
boy.
on, brother. Kelly says she has cherry flavored.
Oh.
But home she takes strawberry daiquiri flavored. They have strawberry daiquiri calcium tablets. Yeah. Big D says he's trying to get Jen loaded up with protein. Good Lord. I tell you, I am. I have to take calcium tablets for a while. I've never had a problem with them. Never had a deficiency in calcium, Steve. Never had deficiency. always good with calcium. I've had a deficiency in iron once. And I had to take a pill a day, and it was fixed. So I'm pretty lucky. So
Yeah.
Roy said he's been deficient in nothing yet. Well, good for you. That's good, brother. It's a good sign. All I know is I wore 2X shorts yesterday. Not bad.
Yeah. Lucky
and then
you.
my wife went through my clothes. Hold on, I'm chewing.
Oh.
She went through my clothes, and I had a bunch of 5 and 6X shorts.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's like, look at these brand new shorts. I'm like, sorry, I didn't know.
Huh.
And she said, well, what am I going to do with them now? I said, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I could still wear a 5 or 6X.
Yeah. That's what she said, she goes, well, these fit Steve.
I could still wear
I said, he's pretty fat.
now.
I said, he's pretty fat. I imagine they fit him. She goes, well, we'll give these to Steve. So there's a bunch of new shorts for Steve. Of course, like at the same time, I was like, why are you buying me shorts? At the time she bought them last year, I said, why are you buying? You know, I'm not going to wear them.
Right. Yeah.
Because by the time it's time for shorts again, I'll be smaller.
Yeah.
You know.
You can almost go to Walmart now and get 2X. I think.
Now I'm down to 2X.
Mm-hmm.
Lori says, where's that MF and chicken addict today? She's with those damn chickens. God forbid she broadcasts with us. God forbid.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, good morning to you, Lori. Big D says it's getting to be working outside season again, so he might see if he can get down to about 180 for the summer. Make his dong will look even bigger. Well, I hope. Prayers for Big D's dong, baby Jesus.
Oh,
Look even bigger with his weight loss. Kelly says Christina should post them and sell them. Well, I'll tell you what she does in this video. She takes those TikTok videos. I see those TikTok videos of her going out to the chicken shed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she gets so excited over those damn chickens. And then I saw she went out yesterday and she ended up buying more chickens.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Disturbing. Did you see that Facebook took a photo of me from last year?
Yeah.
And a photo of me from this year?
Yeah, I saw that.
But I couldn't see the difference in the photos. You know what I mean?
There was, but what's really weird is just a month earlier was when the picture was taken at the St. Patrick's Day thing, and you could definitely tell you'd lost weight from then to St. Patrick's Day to St. Patrick's Day. It's weird that in April, your April photo looks like that. It was a little bit different. Your jawline's more pronounced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My jawline is definitely more pronounced. Yeah. It looks like my jaw's grown.
Oh yeah. Your chin.
But it's just the fat around it is sort of shrunk.
Yeah, now you can get a hold of your chin real good.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I still look very fat, so I think I still look fat as shit. So I'm hoping. Of course, I guess the last one to see it's always,
Right.
Last one to see it is always the is always the person that's
right.
I don't know. I mean, they look the same to me, but what do I know? I still thought it was interesting thing that Facebook could do that. That was really cool.
Right.
Really is something. Yeah. Oh, well. I just thought I'd bring that up, see if anybody noticed it.
I think a lot of people do.
Oh, Summer says I look great. Thank you, Summer. Cindy says, have you heard from Christina since yesterday? Maybe a wellness check. She didn't do yesterday's show. I guess she's too good to do the fucking show.
I heard from her this morning. I asked her if she's going to be coming over today to do her job. Yes, but I'm not told what time and all this. Well, I already put in go pick up my groceries. I'll go pick them up because I gotta go pick up some medicine at the Walgreens anyhow. I said I'll just take in what I can. Okay. So
It's the perfect time to have chickens.
Oh yeah, that's why they bought them. Except down, you're gonna go down.
Well, I know Christina's got those damn chickens.
Oh yeah.
And Jeff on YouTube says, we would say you look great, Ray, but why lie? Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Brandon on YouTube says, morning, fellas. I'm trying to say where people are from, if they're from YouTube or, But lately, everybody's on YouTube, so, oh well.
Yeah.
But I want to give a little love to the Facebook people that are on,
Oh, yeah.
But it just seemed lately, man, everybody's...
There's times when Tom's on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, he'll bounce back and forth.
And what the hell?
Oh, well. DA says, he's on YouTube. He says, Christina and Dan's internet works like Steve's peen. Barely at all.
You got that right. That right. I don't know about that.
Well,
possibly. I don't think so.
Isn't Jeff some kind of teacher or something?
Yeah.
Shouldn't a teacher know how to spell gerbil or gerbil?
Maybe he's not an English teacher. Maybe he's a math teacher.
I don't know what he teaches, but must be something stupid. Big D says it's harder to get banned from YouTube for comments. Oh, yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. I haven't been banned since I joined the show. That's when I got banned, when I joined the show.
I got to tell you, now it seems TikTok's in trouble again now.
I see that, yeah.
Because that tariff shit is gonna.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna get involved in. Yeah. Oh man. Oh well.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people from Canada on TikTok.
Well, I'm just saying the Chinese government, because this tariff, this trade war with China.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know. Egg prices are going back up.
Oh, really? I just paid $4.97 per dozen. In this grocery order.
Christina's eggs or Christina's chickens are going to be hatching. What'd she say, by June or July, right?
Yeah, probably.
Huh.
They're getting really big. I'm surprised. I mean, I don't know nothing about chicken. That's one thing I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about chicken.
Big D says he enjoys watching on both. It's like watching Ray eat in stereo. Sometimes texting is easier from Facebook, but the video is better on TikTok or YouTube. I'll be damned. Yeah, most people say that they like YouTube is the best, but I don't know. Big D says he's been eating a lot of egg and cheese burritos lately.
Oh, yeah. I've just been eating a lot of eggs.
Summer says she bakes a lot. Ruler has the best price between $3 and $4. What's Ruler?
Ruler's over there. They're off brand of Kroger. And they're over by Fit Club North. And that same little stuff is up there, the Ruler and a Dollar Tree and a Fit Club. All right, a Dollar General. Grocery store.
I've never heard of Ruler before.
Yeah. I've been there. They got cheap stuff. I mean, it's really. It's like
I'm just still shocked to learn that Dan has a chicken in his ass. It's horrible. I didn't know that. Prayers for you, Dan. Prayers for Dan's ass. Lori said, yeah, it's on Sangamon Avenue.
That's it.
That's where that Fit Club North is. I had no idea. I had no idea that was a food place.
I probably ought to start going to the store and quit doing this whole letting Walmart do it. You know, COVID's over. I only did it because COVID I got going on. So I really probably ought to start getting out and doing my grocery shopping instead of having somebody else do it.
Oh well. I had no idea. So is it like the Dollar General of grocery stores?
Yeah, it's a little bit above Aldi's. Because like I said, they carry it off brand. Yeah, it's a spin off of Kroger. See, I go there because my brother works for Kroger, so I can use his employee discount.
Summer says they have the best milk too for $3 a gallon.
Uh,
Never heard of it.
yep. Ruler.
Wow.
Ruler food.
A rooter. Ruler. I had never heard of a ruler.
Huh.
But if they got cheap groceries, who knows? Maybe people will
Yeah,
start going.
and they have a lot of unusual stuff. I mean, you can go into like their meat. They will have tripe or beef tongue.
Well, who the hell would want people buying that?
I guess they got it.
Why are people buying beef tongue?
To eat it, I guess. Some people eat it.
Our DA says Menards is selling milk for $3 a gallon.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
Menards has a little food section.
I
They
didn't know
got
that.
the greatest chips, man. They have the best. I can't eat potato chips anymore, though.
I had no idea. Jeff says Gillespie school system failing their learners. I went to Gillespie school system. How dare you?
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I went to Gillespie schools and I learned how to spell the word gerbil correctly. Unlike Jeff, who spelled gerbil Gerble. I know it's spelled Gerbil. I'm talking about something that stuck up Dan's ass. It's not a Gerble.
a garble.
It is a Gerbil. That's what's stuck in Dan's ass, not a Gerble. Actually, it's not stuck. There's nothing stuck in Dan's ass. By the way, there's nothing stuck in there. There's no gerbil or there's nothing or chicken or anything up his ass. But spell it correctly if you're making that's all I'm just saying. By the way, Roy says Ruler has good root beer.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that root beer is white trashy or is root beer for everyone? What do you think, Steve? Let me get your opinion on it.
I think it's for everybody.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of I don't remember drinking
I think
root beer.
I think root beer originated down south. So that's where I had my first Barks root beer. It was down in Biloxi,
it's sort of hillbilly food.
Yeah.
You think it's sort of hillbilly-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it is. I've never had it. I don't remember having a fondness for, for any root beer.
Man, that was the Barks. Now Barks has a bite. But, and my parents drank Pepsi. Everything was in a big bottle. Big tall 6-pack, 8-pack. My mom made me walk back to the store one time because I drank all of them.
Why did you drink all 6 of your 6-pack of?
I was thirsty.
Well, I mean, it's a family, right? Wouldn't you like?
Yeah, yeah.
My mom would buy the bottles of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And I would never have never drank her Coca-Cola.
Oh. Oh, hey. Well, I didn't think she noticed it.
Yeah.
Who drank my goddamn Pepsi?
Well, why didn't you think your mother would notice that you drank all the Pepsi or all the,
No. I haven't always made the best decisions in my life.
Obviously.
I mean, they limited my food intake when I was a child.
I don't blame them.
I always snuck in the kitchen after I was supposed to be in bed. I always tried to snag some potato chips, but they had good hearing. They could hear when I reached in the cabinet. Steven, is that you? No, Mom.
So your mom got so mad because you drank, but you broke into the soda and you drank all of it.
I didn't break it to him. I drank all of it.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You drank it all, so your mom got angry, and then she said, "Now you take it back to the store and get."
Yep.
Did you have to take the old bottles back?
Yeah, I had to take the old bottles back, and then I had to carry a full one back. And where I lived from the store was about a half a mile straight down the highway.
That's good that she made you walk.
I only walked about 10 feet. Then somebody stopped and picked me up.
You're so lazy. I mean,
What's
you
going
think that
on,
not
Steve?
wanting to walk would you make you control your,
You
your
wouldn't let me
habit
take
of
my
stealing.
4-wheeler. I used to ride my 4-wheeler up there.
Summer said that her mother would hide the soda in her locked bedroom.
Oh, my mom has done that. They didn't lock her bedroom because that's the bathroom I had to use, but she put it in a shop or somewhere, a car, or lock a car or something like that.
That's horrible. Oh, there goes Holly complaining because, God damn it. If Christina's on, I'm not doing the show. How about that?
Okay.
I'm just not going to do it.
I get it.
So I don't want to hear anybody bitching. Bunch of big girls bitching. I don't want to hear it. I'd rather not put up with it. I'd rather not put up with it, Steve. Not worth my time. Yep. That's who likes those Cokes.
Yeah.
Should drink more water.
I've been drinking water.
Yeah. Then you wouldn't have to punish kids for stealing soda. You'd drink water.
Well, I got a phone call the other day from the doctor.
You what?
I got a phone call the other day from the doctor after my doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
To say that there was some problems with my kidney. But they said that's okay because it's typical in diabetics. Okay, it's okay. So they just wanted to let me know.
What was wrong with your kidneys?
She didn't say what it was, but there was I don't know, something was some level was high or something. So she said it's normal. It's typical with when people have diabetes.
Oh.
So.
Holly said, "Ray, take a chill. I love you guys too." And you really just said big girl. Wow, that was me. Oh, come on.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well. Roy says he's been drinking lots of water and 0 sugar lemonade.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah. No, it's hard, man. I think I got to be honest. Big D talks about it. I think soda addiction is real. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
I think people are addicted to soda, right?
Yeah. Yep.
They get addicted to it, and stopping. And it's hard to, it takes some effort to stop.
Right.
You really have to have discipline. Gotta have discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope I have it. I really hope I have it.
Brandon says, yeah, it is. You just gotta limit yourself though. You can't, it's like cigarette smoking, right? You can't.
Well, yeah.
When you quit smoking cigarettes, you have to. You've either got to stop cold turkey or
Yeah. Or
dwindle
gradually.
down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, how you do it, but you eventually got to get to 0 a day, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're addicted to some kind of soft
Eh,
drink,
Yeah.
then that means you can't, you know. Summer says she goes, "I'm bad. I smoke and drink Pepsi." I'm sorry to hear that, Summer. No, but I mean, I
Okay.
just like how do you quit? Like when I stopped
Right.
drinking soft drinks, I think I just stopped. Just said, "No, I just can't drink this stuff anymore," you know?
Right. I wish I could do that. I'm working on that. Soda, I'm not drink. I'm not. I don't drink regular soda. I will drink diet. But I've been drinking a lot of water. I mean, I've gone through, you know, 36 pack and half a 12 pack of water in the last week.
Hmm. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I feel for anybody having to do. I just feel for any. Look at Big D had to stop drinking it,
Yeah.
and then
I
after he got his surgery, what's the first thing he started doing again? Was drinking soda.
Drinking that soda.
Yeah. So, I just feel for anyone that's going through it. Roy says all root beer is caffeine free. It always has been.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's filled with sugar. Root beer is filled
Yeah.
with sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't like diet
I don't
root
think
beer.
it's the I don't think it's the caffeine.
Oh.
Oh, Lori says, "Good morning, Holly."
Morning.
Like I think the problem that people have with the soda is the sugar, right? I mean, I don't think the caffeine is,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think that might be one of the reasons that there's a addiction for it is caffeine will keep you awake. But goddamn, you can't just drink soda nonstop.
Right.
You
Yeah.
gain weight.
Right.
You gotta cut back. I mean, you gotta have some discipline. You know,
Oh yeah.
I'm just telling you, when I started, I hate that sound like I'm fucking Oprah or something, but when I started this weight loss journey,
Mm-hmm.
one of the very first things I did was stop drinking soft drinks.
Right.
And this is when I was only drinking diet.
Right.
But I think diet's just as bad for you as I really do. I think the diet's just as bad as,
Oh yeah.
I gotta tell you, you just gotta stop drinking that shit. Summer says, I have no discipline. Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I know it's hard. I know it's hard.
Right.
But soft drinks, that's a hell of a lot of sugar you're putting in your body,
Yeah.
Yeah. Lori says, some of those zero sugar drinks give you the shits up. Nobody wants that in their mind. Nobody wants to be thinking of that. By the way, DA says he's looking at a can of root beer and it has 47 grams of sugar.
Damn.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Here's my advice. Find a water enhancer. You know those water flavors?
Right. Yeah.
If you try one, find one that you think is good
Right.
and drink that.
Yeah.
Like I have Orange Crush water,
Right.
Orange Crush
Right.
flavoring.
I have lemonade flavor. I use lemonade flavor. But you know what? This Ice Mountain water, I really like this water just to drink on its own.
Yeah, I have a cup of water that's just water, okay? Just water. And then I'll have a cup that I'll put some orange stuff in.
Right.
And if I have some food, I drink the orange
Right.
stuff with it.
All right.
But if I just want to drink something for
Wait
you
the
know,
whistle.
yeah, just water. He says he got his kid. DA says he got his kid one of those
Oh.
circle bottles, which has filters of flavor
Oh, yeah.
you drink through. Yeah, I'm just saying that was sort of my advice was try different water flavors and find one you like
Right.
and switch to that because I'll tell you, my weight loss started with me quitting the soft drinks. I had to
Right.
like I'll have, you know what, if I go to the movies, I'll have a soda
Right.
and a little bit of popcorn. But other than that,
Okay.
I just try not to have any at all.
Popcorn doesn't wash down at the movies real good with water.
Well, it's just,
It can, but
you're going to the
it's just
movies,
bad.
so
Yeah. Exactly.
you're going to the movies. It's a special night. Why not? Let's splurge. But I'm telling you, a lot of people have problems with sodas, soft drinks and cigarettes.
Right.
Those are the two things that are hardest to
Oh,
quit.
yeah.
You know? They really, they're really hard for people.
I didn't have a hard time with cigarettes, but I didn't smoke for a long time. I only smoked for probably about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then I just said, "Hell with it. I can't
But
afford to smoke cigarettes, drink booze, smoke weed. I can't afford all of it."
there's people who've been going their whole life.
Oh, yeah.
They've been going their whole life smoking and drinking nonstop
Yeah.
soda. Now imagine quitting at
Right.
quitting in your 40s or 50s. It's got to be, it's
Oh,
got to, shit. It's got to be rough. I hear the stock market's tanking again today. Oh, Jesus, this stock market.
yeah.
Have you paid attention to that stuff, Steve?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, this fucking stock market. It went up a little bit yesterday. Now they said it's starting out today, sinking again. Shit. Oh well. Summer says she's been smoking since she was 14.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Imagine it's hard to stop, You get to a certain age, well,
Right.
I used to smoke like if I hooked up or dated someone who was a smoker,
Right.
the best way to get that taste out of your mouth is to just have a cigarette. You know what I mean? Then that way you don't taste it every time you kiss them.
Right.
Or smoking after sex was always, relaxing. But I was never a big smoker.
Right.
But I know even at the limit that I smoked, it was hard to stop, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel for you guys. But the same thing with the soft drinks. I know how hard it was to stop drinking soda. It was really tough. So I feel for you.
Right.
But by the way, only if you want to quit.
Right.
You know when you're ready to quit.
Yeah.
I don't think you can't force
What? Sometimes, I'll
you
be
can't
honest. Sometimes I think I waited too long to
you
decide
can't
to
force
change.
yourself to quit. You gotta,
No.
you gotta be in the right mindset.
Right. Right. Right.
But make sure you're in the right mindset. But you know, yeah.
I think I am. I mean, I know that
Somebody
sounds
says,
weird.
I bet Trump and his friends are making some money. I
No.
don't know who's making money or not making money. All I know is I know a lot of people were posting on social media how much their 401k had lost.
Oh wow.
Shit, you know what I mean? And man, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. I hope the stock market gets itself figured out. I really do. Because to hear it going down again today is nuts. I thought it was
Yeah.
I thought yesterday we were getting, you know, it is sort of leveled out, right? Oh boy. Yeah, Summer says last night on the news it said that Trump told people to buy stocks before he hit the pause. Yeah. Well, he'd definitely known it was going to go up when he hit that pause. They should have known. Amanda Kluge says she just got off work.
Oh, good for you.
Get home and shower that work stink off you. Make sure to shower off that work stink, Amanda. Tom's complaining because he says he's playing game. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to get political on it, but every time I get political, people log off. I don't want to put up with that, but you guys know how I feel. You know how I feel. That's all I'll say. Doesn't matter though.
Right.
The people who love that guy, they'll still love him. They never change course. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Summers is me either, but he's playing with people's lives. Well, if I say that, people will log off. I'm never listening to that fat son of a bitch again. He's anti-Trump. God forbid we try to have a sane conversation about anything. People freak out. Or Steve's not allowed to talk about it either because Steve's very anti-Trump. He pisses people off when he starts talking. So we lay off it, right, Steve?
Yeah. No. That
We don't want.
my mom, that's a different story.
What is it? Your mom what?
My mom is definitely anti-Trump.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
most sane people. Well, a lot of sane people.
I don't even talk politics with my mother. My brother will, but my brother is too. So.
Tom Spray, you forget Steve was a January 6th person.
Oh my God.
Steve was not. Steve was not a January 6th person. I can tell you that. No. Nope. Steve keeps his politics to himself, but he's very anti-Trump. I'm just saying, I want the stock market to.
Right.
Whether you're pro or anti-Trump, you should want the stock market to
Right.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Brandon says, I'm glad to hear that, honestly. I'm tired of seeing and having political conversations. There's more to life than that.
Huh.
That's me. You know what? Uh, I'm obviously anti-Trump. I'm not a fan of the guy. I interviewed him. I interviewed Donald Trump in 1995, and I
Oh,
thought he
wow.
was a big fucking dickhead then. I didn't like him. I didn't like him when I interviewed him. I
Right.
just didn't like him. But um, I got to a certain point in life where I was like, some stuff pisses me off, but I have no control over it. So I'm just not gonna. This is my new thinking. I'm just not gonna let it affect my life. You know
Right.
what I mean? I'm not gonna let it affect me. I don't think less of people. Um, I don't think less of people because of who they voted for. I have no control over who they vote for. I have no
Right.
control over whoever wins the election doing anything. You know, so I let it go. I don't think less or more. I don't think less of people because they're pro Trump or more of people because they're anti Trump. I think more of people because I think they're a good human being, or I think less of people because I think they're a bad human being. Roy, that was when I was living in New York then,
Oh.
and I was on a show called Dave and Ray, and I don't have the rights to air any of
Right.
the. I don't have the rights to air any of the material from the Dave and Ray show. I've only got the rights to air the stuff from the Ray Lytle show, which was after the Dave and Ray show.
Right.
So yeah, I don't have it and I can't play it. But we interviewed him and I didn't like him. I just
Huh.
and it was just I just didn't like him because he was dismissive and just
Right.
very, you know, I just he was he went on, he was selling something, okay? And all he cared about is what he was there. He didn't care about,
Oh.
like, I interviewed a lot back then. We had every single day. That was a show that was set up like we had 2 or 3 celebrities on every single day when I did that show. And most of the time you talk to someone and you go, "Hey, welcome to the show, so and so."
Right.
And usually the person would go, "Oh, how you guys doing?" You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Trump did not do that.
Huh.
He didn't care anything about, he didn't ask anything about us. He
Right.
literally got on, sold what he was supposed to sell, and then he was like, he had an attitude like, "Okay, I'm sick of this interview. Let's fucking move on." You know what I mean? Let's move on. And that was just, it just
Right.
rubbed me the wrong way.
Right.
Of course, I had no concept of the guy ever running for political office.
Right. Exactly.
This was
Yeah.
1995.
Yeah.
All he cared about was he was just a rich guy that was
Yeah.
promoting. And by the way, he was just promoting himself.
Right.
That's all he did. It's just the whole thing was just promoting himself. And I just didn't, he rubbed me the wrong way. I didn't like him. But that's not why I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for him because I had a bad interview with him. I mean, I played basketball with Obama. I didn't vote for him because he was a good basketball player.
Right. Yeah.
I
Exactly.
voted for him because I believed in what he said.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't vote for Trump because I didn't believe in what he said. I just thought, you know,
Right.
this guy hurt the country. Of course, I was back in 2015,
Right. Yeah.
you know, but I just didn't like him, you know, but, you know, so now I just sort of move on. I had the time I had to do, that was when I was doing comedy radio. You know what I mean?
Oh.
When I did talk radio and they wanted me to talk politics, oh, I was just miserable. That was the worst part of my life, was doing political talk. I hated
Right.
it. I hated doing talk radio. you know, I'd rather tell jokes, make fun, make
Right.
fun of
Yeah.
myself or
Yeah.
people on the show or listeners or whatever than,
Yeah.
you know, than talk about politics. Ugh.
Uh,
That's
yeah.
why.
Well,
So now I just don't care.
right.
Yeah. So, oh well. And I certainly would never vote for anyone based on the color of their skin, whether it looked like a carrot or no matter what it looked like. I'd never base anyone based on never vote for anyone based on their skin color.
Uh-huh.
Oh well. And no, I don't think he was selling. He wasn't selling his finance college. No, he was. He was real. He was just into real estate then. Corey says you love name dropping. No, I just no. I was just pointing out. I was just pointing out the fact that I didn't vote for Obama because
Right.
I played basketball with him.
Right.
And I'm saying that I didn't vote for Trump because of his interview with me.
Right.
That's not why I didn't vote for him. I mean, you know, I can interview you and think you're an asshole and still vote for you.
Yeah. It just might be a bad interview.
Yeah.
Like I think I would be a bad interviewee because I don't fucking clue what I say.
Like I know Dick Durbin and I've had some interactions with Dick Durbin, but I've had some interactions with him that weren't exactly positive, but I voted for him every time. So I know how to separate. I know how to separate, you know. But that was my point is I can separate from I could separate my voting from personal dealings with people, you know. So what the hell? I've never even have I even talked about the Trump stuff before?
No, that's the first time I
maybe maybe
yeah.
once or twice, possibly at the most, but
Yeah.
And if I name drop Obama, I'm more talking about how I used to play basketball, not the fact that
right.
You know what I mean? I just like bringing up that there was at one point where I was actually allowed to move and
I mean, that's the first time
play basketball and stuff.
That's the first time I've ever heard, other than that you worked in New York, of that Dave and Ray show.
Yeah, no, we interviewed a bunch of people. I'll tell you, my favorite interview was Chris Farley. I like Chris Farley.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, Farley was fantastic. We interviewed a ton of people. That show, we would have 2 or 3 interviews a day.
Wow.
It was insane. That show was too structured though. It just didn't. It's not. I don't know. That's, you know. And it would be, you know. And they'd be weird interviews. Like one day we'd interview, you know, Chris Farley, I really loved, or we'd interview somebody from the show Friends, or we'd interview we'd interview big time celebrities, and then we'd interview like Donald Trump, or we'd interview Martha Stewart, or we'd interview all they had to do was be famous, you know. And there were times I didn't know what the hell to, you know. And they'd give us all this stuff we had to read.
Get to learn about them. Everything.
Yes, got to hear research so and so. We're interviewing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Right.
Why do I have to read? And there was no internet. Well, there was, but it was just getting going. You know.
Yeah.
There certainly wasn't. There was no Wikipedia.
No.
There was no Reddit.
Yeah, there was none of that.
You know, finding stuff on finding stuff on Martha Stewart was hard
Oh yeah.
before we interviewed her. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
bet back then, way back then, yeah.
Yeah, just it was hard to get ready every day. It's like, oh shit, I gotta read on who. Like I said, there wasn't Google to where you could just find stuff. Yeah. Corey said, did you ever interview Trump? That's what started this. I talked about my interview in Trump. I talked about him. That's what started this, Corey. I brought up that I interviewed Trump.
Google didn't even start till 98.
Yeah, Google wasn't even around. You had to do Yahoo search, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was Yahoo when we first got going.
Oh yeah.
Or AOL or whatever.
Oh, probably AOL, yeah.
But back then, and I just, I was never a fan of doing celebrity interviews. It just wasn't, it to be honest, when I did radio, and even now, here's what I like talking about myself. It's hard for me to research other people to talk about them. You know what I mean? It's difficult.
All right.
It's easier for me to just, oh, okay, that's cool, Corey. I understand. It's easier for me to talk about myself than research other people because I know myself.
Right.
So it was hard. And back then in this Dave and Ray show, it was really hard because the variety of people was so mixed.
Oh.
Like we would talk to Larry King. Like, what the fuck are we gonna talk to Larry King about? We'd talk, you name it. As long as they were famous, they would be on that show.
Oh wow.
We talked to on today's show, Sherman Hemsley. I mean, there'd be an intro and say, it's time for the Dave and Ray show. On today's show, Sherman Hemsley, Donald Trump, and Wendy the Snapple lady or whatever. It's like, come on, this is who we're interviewing today? Olympic athlete, Billy Bob, whatever. We would interview anybody. And I'd have to research these people, and it would just be, oh my God. And they were, they were just famous for being famous. A lot of them, they weren't, like we interviewed Steve Lawrence, and it wasn't even Stephen Eady. It was just Steve Lawrence. Like, what the fuck am I going to ask Steve Lawrence? Who the hell is, 1995 I was like, who the hell is Steve Lawrence? You know what I mean? So that's how rough that job was.
Right, yeah.
And it was when Dave left, or were they fired? I don't know if they fired him or I can't remember now, but then it finally became the Ray Lytle show, and then I could, then I was making some decisions then, and I was like, okay, we're gonna stop with this interview stuff because if we'll have someone on if they're really
right.
Like, I'd have all those guys from Saturday Night Live on. I'd have somebody from Saturday Night Live on. They'd be fine because everybody know them.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk to Steve Lawrence or one of the Osmonds. We would have people on just because they were famous.
Right.
I decided we had to have them on because they're relatable, not because they're famous. But yeah. So I'm just saying that I don't miss celebrity interviews. Like some people were just cool and they made you laugh and
Right. Do you celebrities even do like interviews or without being paid, or do you have to pay for? I mean, I know, like, I don't know, the Jelly Roll
no,
do
they're
interviews?
so a lot of if you talk to people in movies and TV and stuff, they have to promote their stuff.
Oh, okay.
And that was a big enough market. Syracuse, New York was a big enough TV market that there'd be a lot of TV people on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it'd be like a new show would be coming, and one of the stars from that show would be on to talk
Right.
about it. But they would come on and they just didn't want to bullshit with you.
Right.
They would want to promote their movie or their TV show or
Right.
whatever. So that's the main reason they were on. And that's like I'm talking about Trump. It was, he wasn't there. He wasn't there to just join any of our fun. He was there to promote. He
Right.
was promoting his thing.
Right.
But I'm just saying it was rough for me because I would rather have got to know the guy and have a good conversation with him.
Right.
But he had an agenda. His agenda was I got to promote this thing, then get the hell off. And that's and I just thought, like when I mentioned Chris Farley was awesome because he got on, he promoted, I think he was promoting a movie then. He promoted the movie, but at the same time, we had fun with him and we were laughing and talking, and he was just a great guy. So he promoted his thing, but he also spent time just laughing with us. I liked when Lamb and I interviewed, when we would have Kennison on the show, I thought Kennison was always great because he'd be promoting something, but he'd be
Right.
he'd also just want to have fun with you, I thought he was a great interview. But I'm just saying, most people, they just want to promote their things and get off. They don't want to be. You got to remember the people I was interviewing, we would interview people from Hollywood.
Right.
It's Pacific time. That show, we were on the East Coast. So we'd get somebody on our show at 7:30. Okay. And at their time, it was 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
So what kind of mood do you think they were in? They weren't in a good mood.
Yeah.
They were pissed off. So, it was really rough.
Right.
It was rough because of the time difference, Like if we were interviewing somebody in New York City, that's fine because they were on the same time as us. But so those Saturday Night Live guys, they all lived in New York City. So they were the best interviews because they were awake anyway.
Yep.
But when you talk to someone from California, man, they were pissed. It's like, oh fuck, it's 4:30 in the morning. Who am I talking to? Who is this asshole? TJ said like George Takei. Yeah, when we called George Takei, that was when we were here in Springfield and we had George Takei on. But he was funny. Takei was actually really funny. So it just depended. It depends on where the person was calling from.
Right.
Like I think we had on David Schwimmer or Matt LeBlanc or maybe who was the other guy? The one who was dead. Why am I forgetting
his name? Yeah, he just died like a year ago.
The guy who played Chandler.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy, but I can't remember his name. But
I can't either.
They weren't in good moods coming on because fuck, you know what I mean? They were in Los Angeles.
Right.
We're interviewing them at 7:30 our time. We were in New York. So it was 4:30 in the morning there. They were they didn't want to be on.
Yeah.
and this is when their show was just getting going. I think it was in year 2 or whatever. They didn't want to, you could just tell they didn't want to be there. And they were being woken up to do a bunch of radio stuff. And then you get on the phone with people and they say, okay, you got 7 minutes. You have 7 minutes and it starts now. It's really a, they were a bear. Those interviews were a bear to do,
Right.
And you got to do them so quickly and, and they didn't want to be there doing it. It's a pain in the ass for those guys. So I don't blame them. Yeah. Matthew Perry. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name, but yeah, it was Matthew Perry. Yeah. And I don't remember ever interviewing Jennifer Aniston, but I think I'd have been up for Jennifer Aniston. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Summer says, the time difference would definitely make a difference. Don't call her at 4 a.m., especially if she hasn't had a Pepsi. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that these people, their jobs would require them to do promotion. Like if you had a movie coming out, you'd have to do, and what they would do is they'd show up for these days to do these interviews. They're showing up at 4:00 in the morning to do these interviews.
All right.
And then they're told, you got 6 minutes, you got 5 minutes, you got 4 minutes, you got 3 minutes. And it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do in 3 minutes?
Right.
What the hell? They get on, they talk about the movie and they hang up.
Yeah.
It's like, how enjoyable is that for listeners? How much, and as a radio host, my concern was, what did my listeners think of that?
Oh yeah.
And if you jump on the air, hey, we're talking to so-and-so who starred in the movie, blah, 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 which starts Friday. Hey, how was it? Oh, so tell us about this movie. Oh, yeah, the story's about blah, 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 blah. Great. Did you have fun filming it? Yeah, it was lots of fun. Okay, thanks. Yeah, all right, thank you. And it's just bored. That's boring. So that's boring. You know what I mean? I'd like to add something more to it. And,
right.
So they just weren't fun. They weren't fun, doing those interviews because they don't want to be there.
Right.
I'd rather be talking about myself or something that is going on in my life, or, I'd rather be talking about that than pissing somebody off on the phone, who's literally struggling to stay awake. They weren't always fun, but I'm saying there were some guys that were really entertaining. Howie Mandel's a guy that, it was a pretty good interview. I'll tell you who was a good interview was Ted Nugent.
Oh, really?
Ted Nugent did the Morning Disaster a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
And he was entertaining every time. We did not have a lot in common.
Right.
But he really liked me for some reason. And I liked him, and I liked him a lot. He always wanted me to go hunting with him. He goes, I'm coming down there and we're going hunting. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not going hunting with you. But he was just such a great guy. You know what I mean? It's a great interview. He was just, his personality was really conducive to a great interview. The guy from what was the other guy who was that guy Jesse from, I forget that band. He played the chainsaw. But that guy was a great interview. So there were exceptions, like people who were just really entertaining, but yeah. Roy says Nugent. Yeah, Jackal. Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, it was
Oh,
Jesse Jackal was
Jesse
really good.
James Dupree.
Yeah, Jesse was cool. Yeah, he was really cool.
Yeah.
And he was
Yeah.
someone who would just call into the Morning Disaster. It wouldn't even be scheduled. He would just call in. Say, hey, Jesse, we're in Indianapolis and I'm bored. Have Free put me on for 5 minutes. He'd call the producers and I'd put him on. He was just entertaining.
Cool.
You know, I mean, there were guys like that. They were the exception. They were the exception. But you know, most people, they didn't want to be there. You know, they just didn't feel like doing it. So, you know, you get those guys that like to talk shit, they'll just hang out with you forever. But yeah, but for the most part, they just weren't fun, you know, because you're doing these interviews.
I bet Jelly Roll would be a good interview.
I bet Jelly Roll would be a good interview. Yeah.
He does
Yeah. Corey says we should interview the Chili Bowl Mullet Man. Don't you think if we'd have been doing the Morning Disaster in the 90s and 2000s when I was on the radio, that Chili Bowl Mullet Man would have been on my show every day. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
If he was around back when I was doing the show, that's somebody who would be a regular. You know? He'd be along the lines of Jim or Marvin or any of those guys. Summer said Eddie Money. Yeah, Eddie Money was great. Eddie Money. I'll tell you an Eddie Money story. In 92, maybe, Eddie Money was in Peoria and he showed up. He was in town and we got him to come into the studio for the Lytle and Lamb show. And he hung out with us. He was good. And then we got a babysitter for his kid. He and his wife had a kid with him. And
yeah,
he wanted somebody to watch the kid during the show. So we got him a babysitter and everything. I mean, Eddie Money was actually a really, really good interview. But yeah, that's one of those best of clips from the Lytle Lamb show. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I liked Eddie Money a lot. I think when he died, I think I played that clip. I think I posted that clip or a podcast that clip up. And it's a great moment. So
his daughter was on a food cooking show called The World's Worst Cooks.
Really?
Yeah.
Eddie Money's daughter?
Eddie Money's daughter.
I
don't think she won. But
he was a really nice guy. I liked him a lot. Yeah. And when he died, it was sad. I just remember I was like, damn, I really like that guy. And I'll tell you, like I said, we interviewed him in like 92 or something. And then eventually when I was here in Springfield, he came here to play and he ended up doing the Morning Disaster. And he actually remembered me from Peoria.
Dang.
And he was just such a nice guy. But just, that's what I mean. Not every celebrity has that thing that, you know, that memory. You know, there's a lot of drugs in that field, you know. But Money was one who remembered. You know.
I was watching one of Tyler's interviews with a dude, and he knew you. Tyler's in there. Who was that guy? Derek. He's a musician. He remember he played your show in Peoria a couple of times.
Yeah.
Tyler did an interview with him one night, and I listened to it. It's pretty good. I never even heard of the dude.
I don't know. Yeah, you know. I tried to.
Oh, Derek
Oh,
Moody.
Bloody Mess. Oh, bloody. Yeah, sure. Hungover and stoned. You just uncle hungover and stoned. Yeah, that was a bad call. That was a band called Bloody Mess and the Scabs. Yeah. No, I know it. Yep. Corey says Ray would rather talk about his life than to talk to a celebrity. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, but I'm talking about the early 90s.
Right.
The research, you guys got to remember, this was before the internet.
Yeah.
Internet made research a lot easier. You know what I mean? It's when you could just Google somebody and find out a bunch about them,
Yeah.
it's easier to interview than back when you had to go to the library just to get any research on someone was really a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the internet made everything easier. But you know, I'm talking pre-internet days. It was not easy. Yeah. So, you know, had a lot of great interviews. And we'd have interviews with people that you wouldn't think would be great that ended up being fantastic, you know.
All right.
But I'm just saying that show in New York, man. That show in New York, every single day we'd have another celebrity on. And like I said, it wasn't I didn't think they deserved it. I didn't think a lot of them I didn't agree with them being on. We would just have people on because they were famous.
Right.
And I'd always complain. I go, what the fuck am I going to talk? What am I going to ask this guy? And they tell you the day before, hey, we're talking to so-and-so tomorrow. And I'll be honest, I think Trump was one of those people when they said, hey, we're having Donald Trump on tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck are we going to talk to him about?
Right. Exactly. Who the fuck
Because
is Donald Trump?
he wasn't famous for doing anything.
Right. At that time, yeah.
In 1995, like I'd talk to him now. He's famous for being the president. There's something to talk to him about. But this is 1995. He was a real estate guy who was known for real estate and cheating on his wife. That's what he was known for. And we were told you can't talk about, you can't talk about him cheating on his wife or getting divorced. And they're like, oh, Jesus, what the fuck are we going to talk to him about? That's all he's known for. And he was also being sued.
Oh,
we couldn't talk about. I'm like, oh Jesus, what the hell are we going to talk to him about? And I don't remember it being a very good interview, and I just don't remember him being. He was not happy to be there. He was probably like, what the fuck was I doing on this show?
Right. Yeah.
You know. So it wasn't a great memory for me. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of interviews like that on that show where they would say, hey, tomorrow we're talking to so-and-so. And I'd be like, why? Why are we talking to this person?
Right.
You know? Yeah. And then they, like we talked to one of the people from the Brady Bunch was actually really good.
Oh,
with one of the Brady Bunch guys on, he was actually entertaining. You know, but I'd rather talk to someone like that than talk to somebody who is. I'll tell you who was good. It was one of the guys in one of the guys in Lord of the Rings
Oh,
was from there, and he was actually a pretty good interview because he was from the area and a great sense of humor.
right.
So I really liked talking to him. Viggo Mortensen was his name. I liked him. But Dale Earnhardt was not entertaining at all. He just wasn't.
Right.
He wasn't. He was making an appearance in Glen Falls,
Oh, yeah.
and he came on to promote his appearance, and he didn't want to be there.
Oh, right. Right. Yeah.
He was cussing, and we're like, dude, you can't say that. You know what I mean? It was just, so that was sort of a, so, that wasn't entertaining because he didn't want to be doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, Steve, we got a show tonight. We got to do a second show today.
Really?
We do a second show at 6 o'clock. Yes. Yes. We have two shows here. We have our free show now, and then we do our subscriber show at 6 o'clock tonight.
I hope it's subscriber show, boy.
Yeah. And we'll get to see the lovely Maria again because it's a subscriber show.
Maria.
Roy says, don't they rapid fire those celebrities?
Yes, Steve.
Yes, they rapid fire those celebrities on several stations in a row, and that's what I mean. So they don't want to be there.
Right.
It's hard to catch them, it's hard to catch them in a good mood. So I'm just saying it's a struggle. It's a struggle. That was my point, that I didn't like doing those kind of interviews because you feel like you're bothering the person interviewing them.
Right.
And they don't want to be there. And I'm just saying I didn't want them there. So when it ended up becoming the Ray Lytle show, the first thing I got rid of was, fuck those celebrity interviews. Fuck them. If someone wants to come on, then we'll talk to them. But if they're just coming on to sell something, fuck them.
Oh, yeah. When I was watching Pawn Stars, and that dude, the Rick, sent Chumley to get Bob Dylan's autograph on a record in Vegas. He knew he was in Vegas, so Chumley just started walking around the different hotels because he knew which one he was staying at. And he seen Bob Dylan walking. He's Mr. Dylan. He's like, whoa, wait a minute. Can I help you? He said, can you sign this for me? He said, I don't have a pen. I have one. And then if I can turn around, and he said, well, who's the two? Chumley. So he signed it to Chumley, Bob Dylan. Well, that made it the record not worth shit because he just wanted Bob Dylan's name on it. He didn't want Chumley's name on it, too. You dumb son of a bitch. Your record now.
Corey says, research. We all know how you love to do. No, I hated it. I'm telling you.
We don't. I don't know.
Corey, my point is, it was a pain in the ass to do research without the internet because this is prior to the internet. It's very hard. It was very hard to do research.
I can tell you, it's very rare that we even talk to one another. This show is not.
You got to remember that show. We would just have a guest on because they were famous.
Right.
Like we interviewed Paul Anka. What the fuck? What am I gonna Paul Anka? What am I gonna talk to Paul Anka about? Oh my God. I didn't know, I didn't know what the hell to talk to him about. And it was 1995. So yeah, it wasn't easy. But anyway, we got a second show coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. Check us out then. That'll be a subscriber show. Join us then. Thank you so much for checking us out today. The next free show will be Tuesday. We'll talk to you subscribers tonight. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.